Hello students, today we'll study about the writing and city life. Second chapter of history. In this video, we will study different names for the same civilization. Features of Mesopotamian civilization. Sources to understand Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamia and its geography. The significance of urbanism in Mesopotamia and the movement of goods into cities and communication. Different names for the same civilization. Mesopotamian civilization, Sumerian civilization, Babylonian civilization, Akkadian civilization, Assyrian civilization. These are the names in which Mesopotamian civilization is known as. The name Mesopotamia is derived from the Greek words mesos meaning middle and potamos meaning river. Mesopotamia means the land between the two rivers, river Euphrates and the river Tigris. Features of Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamian civilization is known for its prosperity, city life, voluminous and rich literature, its mathematics and astronomy. Mesopotamia's writing system and literature spread to the eastern Mediterranean, northern Syria and Turkey. What are the sources to understand Mesopotamian civilization? We study hundreds of Mesopotamian buildings, statues, ornaments, graves, tools and seals as sources. And there are thousands of written documents as well to study Mesopotamian civilization. Now let us study about the Mesopotamian geography. Mesopotamia is a land of diverse environment. In the northeast lie green undulating plains, gradually rising to tree-covered mountain ranges with clear streams and wildflowers, with enough rainfall to grow crops. In the north there is a stretch of upland called the steppe, where animal herding offers people a better livelihood than agriculture. After the winter rains, sheep and goats feed on the grasses and lot shrubs that grow here. In the east, tributaries of Tigris provide routes of communication into the mountains of Iran. The south is a desert, and this is where the first cities and writing emerged. This desert could support cities because river Euphrates and Tigris, which rise in the northern mountains, carry loads of silt. When they flood or when their water is let out onto the fields, fertile silt is deposited. Not only agriculture, Mesopotamian sheep and goats that grazed on the steppe, the northeastern plains and the mountain slopes produced meat, milk and wool in abundance. Further, fish was available in rivers and date palms gave food in summer. Now let us see the significance of urbanism in Mesopotamia. Urban centers involved in various economic activities such as food production, trade, manufacturers and services. City people thus cease to be self-sufficient and depend on the products or services of other people. There is continuous interaction among them. For instance, the carver of a stone seal requires bronze tools that he himself cannot make, and colored stones for the seals that he does not know where to get. So he depends on others for his needs. And because of that, the division of labor is a mark of urban life, where each worker has a specific task. There must be a social organization in cities. Fuel, metal, various stones, wood, etc. come from many different places for city manufacturers. Thus, organized trade, storage, deliveries of grain and other food items from the village to the city, supervised by the rulers. Movement of goods into cities and communication. Mesopotamia was rich in food resources, but its mineral resources were few. Most parts of the south lacked stones for tools, seals and jewels, the wood for carts, cart wheels or boats, and there was no metal for tools, vessels or ornaments. So Mesopotamians could have traded their abundant textiles and agricultural produce for wood, copper, tin, silver, gold, shell, and various stones from Turkey and Iran or across the Gulf. Regular exchange was possible only when there was a social organization to equip foreign expeditions and exchanges of goods. Besides crafts, trade, and services, efficient transport is also important for urban development. To carry grains into cities, pack animals were used. The cheapest mode of transportation is over water. Riverboats or barges loaded with sacks of grain are propelled by the current of the river. The canal and natural channels of ancient Mesopotamia were, in fact, routes of goods transport between large and small settlements.